Hey, it's Elise, and this is the Crunchy Ginger, and here we are at the community garden for our August 2020 update of our community garden. And things are really exploding here. It is full-on summertime. So today we've got a lot of projects going on. You can see behind me all this chamomile. So we're gonna be maybe picking some of this. It's been a real job to keep up with this. I just bought a dehydrator, which is really helping with my flower overflow situation in conjunction with the herbs and my calendula and other stuff I've got going on. It was turning into a major ordeal in my kitchen. So that's helping out a little bit. I've already put away, oh gosh, more than a quart of dried chamomile. So I'm super excited about that. I'm going to be making some infused oil as well as with my calendulas that I'm drying. But the main project today is going to be harvesting some kale. So our kale situation is intense. We just have a couple of plants, but somehow I've kind of neglected them as I've been focused on harvesting all the zucchinis and the flowers and tomatoes and everything else. But today is the day. We're gonna pick a lot of this and I'm gonna preserve it, freeze it up so that we can enjoy it later in the winter. We have so much of this here, but I'm gonna start by cutting off some of these bigger leaves. Some of them do have a little bit of probably caterpillar damage, but we'll pick through them whenever we get home. I think there is a lot here. I'm not like an expert at this at all. I just watched a couple of helpful YouTube videos, but I'm gonna pick off my older leaves at the bottom here and see if I can get some of this younger growth to keep going for a little while. And I think we'll probably go ahead and reseed some kale so that we can have a good harvest in the fall as well.
I mean, I see a basket full of greens over there, but it doesn't look like you've done much clipping from looking at the plants.
I know, this is incredible. We kind of let it go a little bit because we were focused on our other plants, and then somehow it all of a sudden it's out of control. That guy's a spider. No, that guy right there.
Where?
On the leaf.
Oh, but he's green.
I've given this kale a pretty thorough haircut and it looks like there's still a lot here. And definitely it's a little bit buggy. I've also seen some spiders and aphids and things in here too. So we're gonna give it a super good wash when we get home. Got the boys over here harvesting all of our tomatoes. Looking good. A few days ago we were out here and we harvested all of our potatoes.
Big muscles.
There he goes. Wow!
Excuse me, Mommy.
You gonna dig one up? Oh, there's some for you. Here.
Thanks.
And it was like garden magic. I knew they were growing under there, but somehow it still seemed kind of magical to uncover them and to have this huge harvest of potatoes. We definitely made some mistakes. We should have mounded more dirt on top of them, so the top ones got a little bit of sun exposure, a little green. We had to get rid of them. But all in all, for not knowing what we were doing, we had a pretty good harvest of potatoes. And we actually had some last night for baked potatoes, and they were delicious. Our squash has been doing really well also. We have some more growing under here. It looks like it's starting to slow down a little bit, and I am really fighting this dreaded powdery mildew. If anybody has any great tips about how to really prevent this in the future, because I just tried my hardest to clip them when they were getting gross, and I'll clip off some of these really bad ones, but it's definitely taking over in here. But we are still getting some squash just from this one plant. We've gotten so many zucchinis. At first I had been concerned that my herb garden wasn't going to take off, and that's a big part of what I wanted to grow were some herbs, and they really have started doing well. I'm letting all the cilantro go to seed here so I can collect the coriander seeds, and it's looking like it's just about getting there, honestly. And I have some dill that's going to seed, so we'll collect the dill seed there behind me. And I have been collecting this gorgeous thyme that we grew from seed. These green onions are really in need of some attention. I've got lots of basil that's just getting gorgeous and bushy and taking off, and I'm clipping these guys every couple of days to keep them from flowering. This marjoram is looking beautiful. I've dried some of this in my dehydrator. Rosemary I've got going in my dehydrator right now. Parsley is hanging around. My oregano finally took off, and I've already got some carrots that I seeded that are coming up. So I'm looking forward to another harvest of carrots in the fall. So that is what we've got going on here in early August. Thank you so much for checking in. I update about my garden all the time over on Instagram. So if you don't follow me there, please check it out. I'm at the Crunchy Ginger. And stay tuned. We'll see how this goes. We're going to try to keep it going into the fall if we can, because I mean, why not, right? Thank you so much for watching. Happy end of summer.